I'm going to start by toning the canvas. Got a nice country scene here. I'm looking at this beautiful oak tree. There are actually two of them. This hill, pathway, and distant hills in the background. Beautiful scene. This is Lis Nielsen, and I am the artist in the woods. We got my walnut oil down here for my medium today, and I'm working on an oil primed small canvas board. Checking the angle using my brush with one eye closed, and that will help me with my composition. I like the way the branches frame the canvas. And the trunks will be a major dark, so I'm just going to go ahead and put those darks in there so that I'm working with shapes instead of lines. Sometimes that helps in drawing the composition. So got one oak tree more in the foreground of the other. And then this big grassy hill here. Stay away from the center of the painting. Just get some suggestion of these trees that are in the background, and they'll be rather gray. These are all vines in here, but I wanted to draw the line just so I'm aware of the perspective of it. And then the hill kind of runs down this way, and then it flattens out. And then we've got greens, beautiful greens in there. All right, I'm going to start with that, and I'm just going to start with some basic darks in here with a mid-tone of those darks. Looking at the wood right now, and it's a gray, but does it lean towards, I say to myself, does it lean towards purple? Does it lean towards red? And then I'll mix accordingly. So if it's red, I want to use a cooler red. If it's blue, I want to use well, blue generally does run cool, but it will be lighter than the dark in the foreground. So that's back behind here. Now, I'm going to do the foliage, the dark foliage first. So this is pretty much all dark in here. Okay, actually the ones on top now are getting this beautiful light hitting them from the sun. Okay, right? Okay, and then we've got these beautiful shadows in the background that are muted but carry color to them. And you're not going to see much of them. I see more in my view, but just a hint of color back there for the shadows. And there's some blue. The cerulean blue doesn't add much color because it's very transparent, but it helps to throw it back and then mute it. Using the palette knife helps a lot with giving the details that really make it pop. Sometimes, if done the right way. Can go overboard with that as well. Get carried away with it easily. Just trying to look at the trunk of the trees now. And one of the things that drew me to this was the light, and I want to make sure I preserve that back in here. That's kind of what I see right there, is just a bunch of light area. Kind of like you're walking out into a lighted path area, garden area. Kind of that wild garden look right now. It's springtime before things have been trimmed and all that, so. Little popping of light here and there where the light hits a blade of grass, or up here too. There's light beyond up on the hill up here. Better. We don't have to describe what it is exactly, so it can just be a sort of a muted area, undetermined but soft and peaceful. And really, if you think about the way you look at something, that's what it is anyway, because you're focusing in on more of what's in the foreground. And this is the shady side of the hill here, so I'm trying to create that. One way to figure these busy paintings out is to squint your eyes so that you can see where the shadows are and see how it makes up the painting. But it's got some potential, and certainly if I use it as a study and go back and paint something else with it. My photograph of this is really nice, so I could take that to the studio and use that as well as this. But this, doing a small study like this helps me to decide what's important and what's not, because you can't paint it all in this. It's just too small for that. Paint a little tiny bit of variation back here, but keep it muted and fuzzy, kind of like a fuzzy part of the background of a photo, a well done photo. Okay, now I want to do the dark foliage coming over top, because that's highly important there. Sometimes right on the edge of a shadow there is color. Really makes things illuminate when you do things like that. Hope you enjoyed watching me paint this little oak scene. Happy painting!